Welcome, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, both Toastmasters and not Toastmasters. My name is Kyra Worrell, and I am a parent of a student who is going to college next year. It's very exciting, but it's a little different, thank you for the clap, than I remember when I went to college, or my older daughter, who is now in her early 30s, when she went to college. A big part of it is college visits. Did not do that when I was in school. Now, those of you who are both Toastmasters and guests who are students, how many of you went on a college visit before you went to your decided school? See, it's a thing now. It was not a thing before. When I went to school, and I applied for the UW, I applied for Western, I think that was it. And I went to the one, and I started out at Western, then decided to go to the UW because I wanted to be closer to home. There was no visiting. My daughter, like I said, she didn't really either. I mean, we had actually, I think, gone to Bellingham, so maybe it was kind of a visit. But my son not only wants to visit, he wants to visit on the East Coast and the South. Of course. He wants to go, he wants to have a different experience. He's very, very interested in history and wants to be where there is more history. I mean, we have history, Native Americans, we have all kinds of interesting history, but if you go to the East Coast and the South, you're going to go back to the 1600s of recorded history, and that's what he's really interested in. So I said fine, and I thought about this. This is not going to be cheap. It's the first thing I thought. So I did a little research, and I thought, do you really have to do college visits? Can you get the information from going online? You know, there's many virtual tours that you can see. If you go look on some of the schools that he's interested in, you can find out all kinds of information. There are whole admissions departments that work on making it able to do virtual. But all of what I've read, and I went on collegeboard.org and I've read some other articles, has said to me that you really need to be there to get the real feel of a school. And is that, those of you who did college visits, do you agree?
Yes.
I think you have to be in the culture, you have to feel, especially if it's in another state, it's another part of the country. So what we did is, in December, we went on a college visit to University of Alabama, which for some crazy reason is one of his choices. And we also limited it to ones he's already been accepted to. He's been accepted to many schools, and that's one of them. And it was an eye-opener for me because, first of all, it was not cheap. Things were not as cheap as when I last was on the East Coast. And also, there were certain things I didn't think about, like you can't just, apparently, I thought, oh, we'll just take a Greyhound, we could just take a Greyhound bus from Atlanta to Alabama. Well, they're not that close, first of all. My geography is not so good. And second of all, there were all sorts of things about how horrible it was to just take a bus from Atlanta, because it's a huge, big city and much, much bigger than Seattle. And kind of scary from all of the things that I saw when I looked on Yahoo and I went and read all the reviews. So I talked about this actually at a Toastmaster meeting and said we needed to do another one. We need to go to the East Coast. And one of the Toastmasters there suggested, why don't you do a GoFundMe? And I thought, I don't know if I deserve that. First of all, most GoFundMes that I've seen are really horrible, sad things, and you feel really, really bad. But there are more and more people using GoFundMe to help fund their college tuition even, or to fund a very large event, like when you go out when you're 15 years old, a quinceañera. So special events are okay to use for a GoFundMe. And what my friend said was, you somebody can give you $5. It's not a big deal. I unfortunately kind of waited to the last minute because it was a little embarrassing to do this. I thought, I have some of the funds, I'm ready to go, but I'm not sure this is a good idea. And it's not a horrible, sad thing that I feel like I can ask for. But then I thought, and I talked to more people, and I thought maybe it's not such a bad thing to do. And it is important to make that visit. So I went on GoFundMe, and I decided that if I get a small amount, that's awesome. But you get to do things like you get to decide what your URL is. So I put up, let me see, www.gofundme.Sebastian College visits. And you also get to tell your story, so people can decide, is this something that they really want to help you out with it, or is it something you should be taking care of on your own? So I kind of talked about how, and I'm going to continue to talk about how he wants to go there because of the history. It's only places he's already been accepted, so we're not trying to waste anybody's money. $5 is awesome. So that's what I did. I hope it works out. Thank you for listening. And if you want to contribute, that's where you go, and I'll send it out to the club. Thank you very much.